Hi everyone, this is Kushbu,
And this is Pritika.
and welcome to Browned Off by Society, the podcast. And who hasn't heard our trailer, we are two opinionated brown girls who like to talk about society and the ways it has pissed us off.
So this week's topic is gonna be why are girls not prepared to be man of the house? And we're gonna be discussing what do we mean by man of the house and why should girls be taught to be man of the house? So we're gonna be starting off by basically questioning ourselves that what do each of us mean by being man of the house? So, what do you think man of the house means, Kushbu?
So, man of the house for me is a person who makes mostly financial decisions and gets the last say. Like traditionally, like in a traditional house, like I come from a traditional house, and then when they're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, let's discuss with my dad and what does he say. And but in my household it's more harmonious because it's my mom, me and my dad, so we are like three people. We are kind of like we want everyone's opinions and we make a decision together. But what I've seen in other households is like the man of the house, I'm like air quoting here, like man of the house makes the last decision or is his say. And I feel like girls are not given that confidence to make their like the big decisions by themselves and stand by it and not be like made them doubt. Because if you see how a man of the house behaves, you can argue them 10 times, but they'll stick to that decision. And I want girls to have the same confidence and be like, no, I decided that I understand what you are saying, but I still will go with what I believe. And that confidence I don't see. So I have been brought up because I'm a single child, and my dad is usually used to be at the shop. So my mom is a housemaker, and she saw like I was a very shy kid, like at the early age, and she used to push me, be like, oh, go buy a biscuit. Like she used to give me like 10 rupees. She's standing there, she's not like she's very off, she's standing there, she sees, she gives me the money, she says it's 5 rupees, I'm giving you 10 rupees, so you should get 5 rupees back. Like, giving me that whole thing, and then go back and said, ask them for a biscuit and stuff like. So pushing me to take initiative and standing by myself, not being intimidated by that big ass old uncle or by all the people standing there. And I see that in myself, how it has changed me throughout, like not that one incident, but there have been like multiple over the time. Like when I was okay enough, my mom used to send me to the bank to do stuff and discuss with me, even if it's not like, oh, you're young to understand this, you won't get it, or you are a girl, so don't talk about money, like, or whatever. Like, no, my mom included in politics, even they included me in. So like it was an open discussion, and I feel like boys are talk like sports even, like, and I haven't seen that with other girls. They don't know about banks or money or just going up to people. The other day I went to the bank and I wanted to invest my money somewhere, uh, what with whatever interest rate or whatever. I wanted to do like a fixed deposit, very basic investment. There are better opportunities out there, but I just want to do it for now, for a year or whatever. I went there, I was talking to this woman, I'm like, I want this type or like this, and she's like, but this is better, like this and blah blah, blah. I'm like, I understand. Like, she argued with me for 5 times and I was so pissed. I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but this is my money and I'm choosing to do this. You can't persuade me. But I feel like it works for a lot of people, and I feel like it works for women a lot.
Yeah.
Like they get
I
persuaded.
feel like I come from the other girls section yeah, in this topic because so at my house there is like dad, mom, my brother and me. And I was kind of annoyed by it after moving abroad. Like I kind of realized why financial education is important.
Yeah.
But till 18 years of age, I was doing everything what my dad wanted or like what my mom, they made decisions for me. And I had never, like, we never had talks about money or like anything relating to that.
Or
It
just
just
you making
didn't even like
decisions
cross my
for
mind. Like,
yourself.
yeah, like I needed money and then I would just go to dad and then be like, Dad, I need this much. Like, I don't know, I want to go out with friends. Could you give me like $1,000? And he's like, yeah, here, go over it. And I was never educated about money or how to deal with money or how to like save your money or like how to make expenses and stuff, and I was so annoyed. I'm still learning how to do that.
Yeah.
And then I saw girls here, especially like you were like making these like Excel things about your like your expenses. I'm like, that's like pretty good. Like this should be taught to every person. I mean, like
See the
every like either a girl or a boy. Like even in my house, we've never had money talks in my house.
Yeah,
Like
but
never.
like money is like a part of being a man of the house. Like my issue with the whole thing is the decision making part as well. Like how we give the guy a confidence like to make a decision that changes
Yeah.
them and the people around them. But for girls, we are like, just do this. Don't think, don't question.
Yeah.
Like girls can't talk back. They can't be like, why are you doing this? Just do it. We know what is best for you, just do it. Like we are saying, do this, do this. Like, what the fuck, man? No. Why? For being a man of the house, what I want to say is like, especially like in COVID times right now, you hear so many people have died. There are a lot of women that have been left widow with kids, and then now they are asking the government to for money because they don't have any skills. All they have done is lived at their parents' house, and their dad or their mom has made decisions for them, and now they are living at their husband's. They were just married straight away, and now they're living at their husband's house, and now he was kind of like, and I hate that because the person who earns money has the control over making decisions as well. That's another thing, because what's the deal with that? Like if you, in our culture, it's like a girl has, like it's preferred for her to be a housewife so that she can care of the kids and the guy can focus on getting money for the house. Still they're putting 50-50. If she wasn't there, the guy's kids would not be brought up the same way, or giving her time, her energy to that. Maybe something happens, you never know. You need to prepare a girl to be independent, able to
Yeah.
make big decisions that may affect her life
Yeah.
forward.
Mm.
So yeah,
Mm.
what do you think?
I just want to clarify one thing. When Kushbu means girls, it means both the children, by the way.
What do you mean?
Not just girls. I mean, we're talking about how people should be like financially educated or their parents should financially educate their kids. And you're kind of like focusing on only girls, but I want to clarify that this goes for both the children, like both boys and girls.
Yeah.
Because, of course, like there are like families where they only focus on the guys, and then they like the guys kind of learn from their dads. But there's also like families like mine, which we just don't talk about it. Like, even boys and girls, we don't know. What I meant to say is educate both of your kids in case something happens, no matter if you have a single child or like
Yeah.
2 children or 3 children. All of them should be financially independent and educated, and whatever your parents know should be taught to their kids.
I do understand like your situation, but like majority of boys are kind of like
Yeah, like majority of
are taught like you need to be the man of the house. One day you're going to get married. You need to get rich money and like. But my focus is not just on money. Mine is also like they are kind of given the confidence to make decisions for others. Like you're going to be the man of the house. You may need to make decisions for the whole household.
Yeah.
Like woman is like, oh, I want to buy a scooter. Should I? Like, what should I? Because they, husband and wife, they don't disclose the family income clearly. Women don't know how much money they have, so she doesn't know what could they can afford, and that hurts her decision making. Like this shush part. It's not like, because men are like, oh, you need money, how much do you need? And then he sees if he has that much money and then he gives. But if you are more open to your wife that this is a financial situation and this is a capacity to spend or whatever, it would be more helpful in a long run.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like this whole thing boils down to equality, like equality in bringing up your kids, or equality in the same household, man and woman. Like, what do they know? What should they know? They should like share it with each other. I've seen like girls who earn money. Like most of the tax returns or anything to do with money, they just it's all shifted towards the husband
Yeah.
because they've never done it, and
Yeah.
they
They're like,
just
oh,
like,
you do
and
it.
then if
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, can you
and
do it
then
for
I
me?
was looking at some like show and it was like that, and then the husband suddenly dies and she like hasn't done her tax returns in like 30-40 years because everything like related to money or billing or electricity, whatever stuff, was taken care by her husband, and then she was now clueless.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's all boils down to like equality. Like both of you guys should know like what's going on in the house, and both of you guys should know how to take care of everything
Yeah.
in case someone goes away or like divorces or passes away, whatever.
See, it's not even that. Like, sometimes, simple as paying the electricity bill, a lot of women don't know where to pay the electricity bill, and they don't even know how much the bill is. Like, they don't even, like, things like that. Like, if she would know if it's too much, then she can figure out maybe things at home to help with the electricity bill, or like to make changes and see where the electricity is being spent and figure it out with you. Like, otherwise the guy's like just cranky, what are you guys doing, it's so much electricity
Like,
bill.
yeah,
And then the woman doesn't ask like how much is it, she just like, oh, it's too much, like he's worried
like
and
I
blah blah
just
blah,
need
blah
to
and
reduce it somehow.
somehow.
Yeah.
But if you talk about it together and find a solution, like, and it's also like guys treating girls equal, like they have
Yeah,
same
yeah,
intelligence
definitely.
as a guy. I feel like a lot of household don't believe the girl has the capacity to make a decision for the household. They feel like, oh, they are like, what do you call, airheads, like they are like just into makeup and beauty and food, and they're just good enough for the kitchen and just to look pretty, like a commodity in your hand. But they are more than that. They are like, they are not any short or any different from making decisions than you. But because you're given education from your dad, from your work, from everything, like you have, I get it, like you have seen more of that world, that people like men throw, like not men but like people who are out and about, like out in the world, they're like, I have seen more of the world, I know better. Like, how would a woman would know better if parents don't let her live alone before getting married?
Hmm.
If parents won't let her be like make decisions.
This whole thing is so interconnected to like equality, how you're brought up. Everything is interrelated. Like guys and the
Yeah.
difference between guys and girls, and that's how girls are. They don't have any feeling like they can stand up for the society because they've been brought up that way. Because guys can just
Yeah.
be like, oh no, I don't want to go, and then once they raise their voice, their mom's like, like either they're scared or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if a guy throws a tantrum, it's like, oh, he's just being a boy.
Yeah.
And if a
Boys
girl
will be
throws a
boys.
tantrum, like
Yeah.
boys will be boys. And if a girl stands up for herself, makes her own choices, it's um,
So
like
many
she
like
got wings.
judgment
It's
rains
called like
down
escape.
on her on her.
No, I think it's called like Iske Par Nikolai.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, she got
Yeah.
like,
Punk.
she got wings.
Punk.
Par,
Oh,
like
par.
par is like
Okay.
wing.
I've
Yeah.
usually heard like punk. So yeah. Yeah.
So it's like both. Like, I think this is like dialect difference,
Yeah.
like that thing. But yeah, like she got wings.
Yeah.
Like she's making her
Own
own
decisions. Yeah.
decisions. Like she's going out,
Mm.
making choice of her clothes.
And whenever, like, to clarify, they mean it in a bad
Bad way,
way.
yes.
They're like, now the she's gone rogue or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
oh my, and if she's not married yet at that point, oh my God, marry her as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she'll get out of hand.
Yeah.
And this is when what she's doing, she's just making her own money decisions. She's making decisions regarding where she want to live, how she wants to live, what she wants to eat, and what she wants to wear, things like that, and she wants to hang out. Like, just making those decisions by
essential, like,
herself.
yeah.
Yeah. Because in a very traditional family, guys' friends are not questioned. Because he's a guy, he can have any kind of friends. But for a woman, it comes down to every friend. You need to come, you need to bring him or her home, we need to meet. And, it's very rare for a girl to be allowed to have a guy friend. Like, my extended family still asks about this one guy friend I had. I barely talk to him twice a year. Not even that much of a friend anymore. Like, he was a good friend when I was in school, but then we kind of went our separate ways. I do talk to him once or twice a year, but because my extended family knows about him, they keep on asking about him. And we are like, why? Like, why? That's why I haven't told you about any of, like, my mom knows, and my mom hasn't, like, told anyone. And they know about that one guy because they saw me with him and they questioned it. And it's like, what is wrong with you? But what can be, like, my question comes down to, what can we do about this? Like, fine, we know how traditional family works, we know how irritating it is. We know girls and boys are not brought up the same way. Like, girl, kitchen, beauty, be a pretty person to stand with the guy. A guy, earn money, have a career, have a business, whatever, like a job, and provide for the family. But what's the way from here? Like, and that's what I ask myself. Like, what's the solution? I'm kind of like, this is a problem, what is the solution?
I feel like there won't be a short-term solution to this because everything relates. Like, if we want, I genuinely believe that if we want to see like some changes in the society, like you have to teach girls because girls are gonna teach their children, and that's how the whole society is gonna change. Because when they're like the childrens are taught right and the guy and the girl is taught right, then only like you can see the change. So I feel like it just boils down to like what we are gonna teach our children or how we start conversations about this with our families and they can get more educated about this.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It all boils down to how you are teaching a child when they are young, when their mind is mushy and you're developing their personality. I have seen a lot of girls who found independence and confidence when they grew up, but they always have a self doubt at the back of their mind, and which keeps them from going forward. That's why it's very crucial to give the confidence that they can do anything and they can make the decisions and they have the capability to look at the rights and the wrongs and make the right decision in the end, and can lead a family. They can be the man of the house,
Yeah.
and influence the decision for a family. If you liked our topic for this week and would like someone else to listen to this podcast and know more about this topic, please feel free to share. Also, if you have any thoughts regarding this topic and would like to suggest a new one for the future, please feel free to comment, discuss, or DM us or any of our social media platforms.
We are Browned Off by Society for Facebook, YouTube, and Insta, and Brown Society for Twitter. Or email us at brownedoffbysociety@gmail.com. Also, if you would like to know more about today's topic, head on to our Insta and Facebook. And finally, thank you for listening to us today, and see you next time. Bye!